Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today is payday. It is Friday, February 7th, so it is the first payday of February. I'm super excited to use my February budget kits. I think they're so pretty and cute, very Valentine February theme-ish, if you will. So I'm so excited to change the color scheme up from January's theme to February's. I just think it looks so pretty. So I have all of my goodies set out here that I'm going to need. I am coming to you guys today, sitting down to budget out my first paycheck of February. So I have my binder here, which I use for budgeting, which I'll show you closer here in just a second. I have my sinking funds binder right here, my cash envelopes, and of course all of my cash, which I got at the bank on the way home. So if you guys are interested watching me budget out my paycheck and then stuff my cash envelopes, stay tuned.
Hold up, I am on my way, I'm in motion. Let's go to the ocean. Yeah, let's go outside. We can hang out on the beach without freezing. Yeah, isn't that amazing? In Christmas times, we'll be chilling and having a good time.
Alright, so I'm going to start obviously with the budgeting portion of it because we have to budget things out to know what goes where. So this is my Paycheck to Paycheck budget kit. I do sell these stickers in my Etsy shop. The link is posted in the description below. I just kind of want to show you guys real quick here. So this is my monthly overview for February. I honestly just love the pattern. I call it a leopard dot pattern, but it's really cute. It's floral. It's like a coral with some tan and black and cream and white. Just really, really cute. So this is my February overview. I have my February budget laid out here, my debt tracker, my sinking funds, and then we have my paycheck 1, then we'll do paycheck 2, paycheck 3, paycheck 4. So I'm going to take this sheet out so that I am not trying to write on the rings of my binder. It makes it a little more difficult when I have to do that. And we're going to go ahead and start budgeting out this paycheck. I feel like January flew by, and it's funny because everybody else said how slow it went, so hopefully, January though, I had a lot of stuff going on. It felt very busy. I felt like I kind of just skated by with a lot of things. Hopefully February is not the same way, but time will only tell. Okay, so I'm going to start with my, actually I'm going to start with my expenses. I kind of do it a little backwards. So for those of you that haven't watched me or haven't seen me do a budget to budget paycheck, so I have my income up here, and then my expenses, my cash envelopes, my sinking funds, and then I will break my paycheck up down here. So we're going to start with expenses. The amounts that I'm writing down for my expenses, for everything actually, are a weekly amount. So I get paid every week, and so I take my minimum payment for whatever it is on a monthly basis. I divide that by 4, as I normally get 4 paychecks in 1 month, and then I pay that quarterly amount, or that quarter of amount, every single week. I take that out of my check, put it in an account, and then once the minimum payment is due, that entire amount is sitting there ready to be paid. So the first one is Apple, and that amount for this week is $6.75. By the way, the pen I am using is different than I have. It's the Erin Condren ballpoint pen. It's okay. I really like the dual tip pens that she has, but mine is drying out, so I need to order more of them. So that was Apple. Then we have One Main, which very exciting things happened with One Main. If you have not checked out those videos, I highly recommend it. Some exciting things happened with that one in January. So that one on a weekly amount is $76.25. And then I have my car, which weekly is $153. Next is Hulu, which we do Hulu Live. It's the only TV that we have, and that is $14.75. And Verizon for mine and my oldest son's cell phone is $31.87. Then my kids' school for their lunch account is $17.50. My daughter's tumbling, the weekly amount is $16.25. And then last here is rent, which is $50. So I am going to go through, get my calculator ready, and add those expenses up and see where we're at for the week for our expenses. And then I will move on to the cash envelopes portion. All of these amounts here, the expenses portion, with the exception of rent, get taken or get put into an account where they are then automatically paid for whatever debt it is. So these all go to a Capital One 360 account except for rent, which I pay in cash. So $366.37 is what is going to be owed for expenses this week. So out of my paychecks, that will come first for expenses. Next I have cash envelopes. I do 3 cash envelopes, which include groceries, spending, and gas. So for gas, I do $40 a week. Spending, I do $40 also. And then last is groceries. And groceries gets $80. And obviously these ones I take out in cash so I can stuff my envelopes. So the total for cash envelopes is going to be $160. And then next is sinking funds. I have a very long list of sinking funds, so bear with me here. The first one is my first child's savings, which I do 10. And then back to school, is 20. I'm going to be so thankful for this envelope when it comes time to go back to school shopping. It is absolutely insane the amount of items, school supplies, that are needed times 3 kids. I mean, I completely understand it because I know teachers are way underpaid and they don't even have room in their budget to buy the school supplies that they need, so I completely understand it, but it is absolutely insane how quickly it adds up. So, car insurance for my premium is $15, car maintenance is $10, Christmas, this is another one that I love having. So amazing to get to the Christmas holiday or even season and already have the money ready, and you don't have to try to budget it out of your paycheck because you have been budgeting out in small increments for over a period of time. This next one is my second child's savings, which is going to do 10. Then we have gifts, which is also 10. Household, 15. And then kids, which is used for necessities if they need something, separate from savings. That's 20. My third child's savings is 10. Medical is 5. Personal care is 15. My savings, this is separate from my emergency fund, I already have that, is 20. I either missed something or I don't have enough room. Alright, I have to adjust something. I normally put that up one. Okay, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to move this sticker up one because I need one extra line because I have 2 more sinking funds to do. And I'm just going to add the one sinking fund right here. So we'll do school tuition for my kids for the upcoming years, 36. And then we're going to go back down here for the last one, which is vacation, which is 20. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and add up all these. So we have 36, 10, 20, 15, 10, 25, 10, 10, 15, 20, 10, 5, 15, 20, 20. 441, or 441, 241. And now that sticker is not going to stick very well. So $241 for my sinking funds. So now I'm going to go back up here to the top and we'll fill in my income for the week. So the first income source is my full-time job, which I was paid today. And that amount was, where are we at here? $585. And then next is my part-time job, which I received that on Wednesday, which was the 5th. And that was $241. So we're just going to add these two amounts together. So we have the $585 and the $241. We have $826 for our income for this week. I do not calculate any online income in this because I want to make sure that I can pay all of my bills with my fixed income, and then I use my variable income for extra debt snowball payments. So now I'm going to take all these totals up here and place them down here to break my paycheck down and figure out how much I will have left over towards a debt snowball payment. So I'm going to start with income, and then we will do expenses, cash envelopes, and then sinking funds. So for income, we had the $826, so I'm going to bring that amount down here. For expenses, we're right here. We have $336.37. My cash envelopes were $160. And then sinking funds were $241. So I'm going to add up the bottom three amounts. So we have the $336.37 plus $160 plus $241, so $737.37, and we're going to subtract that from the income. So we have $88.63 left over. So that means that $88.63 will go towards my debt snowball payment for the month of February, which I basically just leave in my checking account, and then at the end of the month, once I have all the extra income, I just make one big lump sum debt snowball payment. So now that I got this taken care of and out of the way, I'm going to set up my sinking funds and my cash so that I can get my envelopes stuffed. I got everything laid out here. I get so many questions on this binder. I'm just gonna zoom in quick and show you guys. So this is the Recollections binder. I got this from Michael's. It's just a 6-ring, I think it's an A5 size binder. Has a pocket here, 3 little pockets here, and then another one here. And then I think, yeah, on the back there's one here, and a little pen loop. It did come with these inserts, planner inserts, but I just stuck those in the back. And I use this for my cash envelopes. So I sell these cash envelopes in my Etsy shop, so I did make these, and I have them hole punched to fit this binder. So I have all of my cash envelopes in here, and then I have trackers on the back of all of them that are laminated. So I use a wet erase marker from Erin Condren. I write down whenever I put money in and whenever I take money out, and then what my current balance is. That way I don't have to count every time I want to know how much money is in any of these envelopes. So that is my binder. It's where I keep all of my sinking funds. So we're going to go ahead and get started here. The first things that I'm going to do are my cash envelopes. These obviously I do not keep in here. I keep these in my billfold, therefore they are not hole punched. They're the perfect size to fit in my billfold. They also do not have trackers on the back of them. So first for groceries, this one gets $80. So we're going to do 50, 60, 70, and 80. So we'll get that in there, and that will go in my billfold for the upcoming week. And then spending gets $40. This one will also go in my billfold. And last is gas. Gas also gets $40. Which is good because I am going to need to fill up tomorrow. So that is it for the cash envelopes. So now I'm going to go ahead and move on to sinking funds. I hate the setup that I have going here. I don't know why, it's just odd. Okay, so first is my first child sinking fund, which is savings. So last week it had 50. So we have 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, and we're going to add 10 to that, which will put this sinking fund at $60 for the week. And so I am just going to come in with the date. Today is the 7th. I am adding in $10, and then I adjust the balance to whatever it is, so that one will be at $60 now. Next is back to school. Last week it was at $100. I just started this one in January. So 20, 40, 60, 81. We're going to add $20 to that. So that one is going to be at $120. Actually, about 7 of these sinking funds I just started the beginning of January. And that is because I was able to pay off quite a bit of debt in December. So I added sinking funds to kind of pick up some of that extra cash that I had. Car insurance last week had 75. So 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75. It's going to get another 15, which will put it at 90. And this is to pay for my 6-month car insurance premium that will be due in July, and that will run from July to December. So then I will have to start saving again in July for the next payment that will be due in December. So 15, bring that to 90. Car maintenance last week was at 220. So we have 50, 120, 130, 140, 150, 160, 170, 180, 192, 210, 220. This one gets 10. So that'll put car maintenance at 230 for the week. So 230. people ask what I do when I get down to the bottom. I take the bottom balance, move it up here, wipe everything off, and then start over with the current balance up at top, just like you do with a check register. Christmas last week was at $275. So we have 1, 20, 40, 60, 80, 2, 20, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, and it gets 25, I think, yeah. So this one will now be at 300. So 2, 7, adding 25 puts me at 300. Second child savings last week was also at 50, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, adding in 10. So this one will be at 60, and I think I decided that I'm going to take the money out of their savings sinking fund every other month and deposit it into their savings account in the bank. I figure that way I'm not doing it every month, but I thought quarterly might be too long, so I'm just going to do it. So then at the end of February, I'll take all the savings and maybe even mine and go deposit it into the bank in everyone's accounts. Gifts. So we were at $170 last Friday. I did take $40 out to buy some Valentine's presents, so we should be at $130. And I just did that Wednesday. So 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 110, 120, 130, and then gifts gets 10. So that one will bump it back up to 140 then for the week. I bought all the kids a little heart chocolate thing and then a little stuffed animal. Alright, next is household. Last week it was at $165, 20, 40, 60, 81, 110, 120, 130, 140, 150, 165, and this one gets 15. So it'll be at 180. My 5 is bent. There we go. So this one will be at 180 for the week. Kids last week was at 250. 20, 40, 60, 81, 20, 40, 60, 82, 220, 240, 250. It gets 20. That'll put that one at 270. I really need to get large bills and kind of reconcile a lot of these sinking funds. A lot of them are getting very full, and it's making it hard for me to close my binder to snap it shut. So I really need to get some bigger bills and exchange some of the smaller bills. And I might even do that on camera because I had a few people say they would be interested in seeing that. So that would be something different. My third child savings last week was at 50, just like the other two. So there's the 50, and we're going to add 10. So that will put hers at 60 as well. And then again, I'll take that one the end of February and take the money out and put it in her savings account. And I'm still going to keep the amount on here, I think, or maybe I'm not, I don't know. I don't know if I'll zero out the amount on here or if I will keep it on there because I still technically have it. It's not like it's being spent. I'm not sure yet. Medical last week was at 60. Well, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, and it gets 5. So medical will be at 65 for this week. Next is personal care. Was at 135. So 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90, 95, 100, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, and we're going to add 15. So that'll put personal care at 150. I use this one for haircuts, to get my eyebrows waxed, things like that. Rent, I did pay it last week, so there is nothing in here now, and it's going to get 50. So I do live in a family-owned house, so I just take the cash out and pay my parents. So we're adding 50, and our new balance is 50. Lost my train of thought. Next is my savings. Last week it was at 100, 20, 40, 60, 81. We're going to add 20 to that, which will put it at 120. And I'm thinking I'm going to do the same with this one, just every other month, put it into my savings account in the bank, which is where my $1,000 emergency fund is. Okay, next we have school tuition. Last week was at 180. So we have 20, 40, 60, 81, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80. And then I am going to add in 36. So 20, 30, 35, 36, and that is to pay for my kids' school tuition the upcoming year. It is going to be due in August. So we're adding 36, so that's going to be 216. Like this one is one that's getting really full. There's, you know, not a ton of money. I mean, it kind of is, but just because of the ones and all the fives and whatnot. So that's one that I need to consolidate. Last is vacation. So vacation had $100 in it last week. 20, 40, 60, 81, and we're going to take the last 20 and put that into vacation. And so vacation will have $120 for this week. So there we have it. There are all of my sinking funds stuffed to the brim. They are really getting full. Like I said, it's getting hard for me to close my binder. Alright, so now next what I want to show you guys, I am going to quick put my Paycheck 1 sheet back into my binder here so that I do not lose it. And then I want to go, I need to change, I want to go into my monthly overview. And I need to change my key from January to February here. And I'm just going to see what bills are going to be coming due next. So I already paid, let me zoom in here for a little bit. I already paid one main, which was due today. That came out automatically. Cell phone came out automatically. Kids' school was paid, and tumbling was paid. So in the upcoming week, I just have Apple, which is due on the 13th, so I will go ahead and go in and schedule that to be due. And then that's the only bill due in the upcoming week. I will get paid from Etsy on the 11th, and then for my full-time job next Friday the 14th, which is also Valentine's Day, hence the hearts here. So that looks like we're pretty good there with bills. If you're interested in any of the stickers that you see in this video, I also have March stickers up in my Etsy shop if you want to get prepared for March, but they're listed in the description below. I hope you guys had a great first week of February, and yeah, I hope you liked this video. Give it a big thumbs up, subscribe down below, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!